what's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? How's it happening? You guys know this is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. The podcast inspiring young rock and metal fans to discover new music and find a place they can connect and feel accepted. So you are in the right place, my friends. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the Chord Progression Podcast community. Oh yeah, we got another great episode for you to close out our series in June, the halfway point through the year already. Oh my God, am I saying that right? And what better way to do that to bring back a guest that hasn't been on the podcast once, not twice, but this is their third time coming back. And ooh, it's a fun one. Lots of good jokes, lots of good conversation, lots of good talk about some great alt metal hard rock music and the beautiful flow behind it. Before we go into the podcast, I want to thank support, which comes from Phoenix Fitness. So you guys know I love podcasts. I get so much energy from this, but where else do I get my energy from? And just absolutely love it every step of the way with positivity, going to concerts, getting in mosh pits. So I need to make sure that I can do what I want to do in mosh pits, maximize my time in those by literally going from the beginning of the first band to the end of the headliner, no breaks in between. So I got to make sure that I am what I like to call mosh pit fit, and that means I have to make sure that my cardio is right to go from beginning to end, make sure I've got the best stamina possible, make sure I'm strong enough to deliver those hits and strong enough to take some of those hits, because I'm not the biggest guy in the pit. Some of those dudes hit hard and you got to be able to, take the hits. You got to be able to withstand the impact. So I'm constantly in the gym. I'm doing a lot of cardio, a lot of weightlifting to make sure I can do that. But I also make sure to achieve those fitness goals, I am preparing and recovering right for my body to do that. And that is where Phoenix Fitness comes in, because they have many different types of products to help you achieve your fitness goals or get mosh pit fit with me, such as different types of pre-workout, both stim and stim free. I use the stim free stuff because I don't even need any caffeine. I am flying all the time just with my normal energy. Different types of BCAA recovery compounds to help you absorb nutrients in your muscles post-workout. Different types of creatine to help you build muscle. Different types of protein to help you build muscle. Whey-based protein, collagen-based protein, plant-based protein. I use our chocolate malt flavored whey protein because that's just what I like. Different types of multivitamins and literally anything I need to achieve your fitness goals, Phoenix Fitness has for you. So our listeners and viewers on YouTube can get 20% visit code CPP20 at FNX.com. Link description of the podcast and Phoenix Fitness. Now in our feature presentation, you want to see a band that has grown a good amount since we've had them on the podcast the first time. This is their third time returning. If you like alt metal hard rock and throw a lot of different cool aspects in there and really bring the grand aspect to it, the beautiful aspect to it, this is the band for you. Please welcome back Bullet to the Heart. Are you guys ready for this one? Oh yeah, let's go! Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast, we're not coming to you once. We're not coming to you twice. This is the third time we're coming to you with this band, and as we now know, their ball-crushing ability. I had to put that in there based on the conversation we just had. This band, as their third time in the podcast, has a brand new EP that released at the end of April called Death, Oddities, and Romance for you to check out. If you like hard rock, alt metal, and a lot of other things that come in there in between, you are going to like this. So please welcome back the band Bullet to the Heart to the podcast. So everybody, welcome back once again.
Oh, yeah.
Good to be back.
It's good to have you back. How has everything been going for you and Bullet to the Heart as of recent? I got to talk to you guys, I believe it was towards the end of summer last year. Now it's the beginning of summer of 2023. So how has stuff been? How's life been? I got to know.
Well, I guess you could say that we're crushing it.
I see what you did there.
No, but everything has been going really well. We're really excited with the release. We had a couple of really good shows, including this acoustic event that we put together ourselves. We were able to, get a lot of people there and raise a lot of money.
So sold out the acoustic event, and we were the only band that played, so we were really excited for that.
Just last week played a near sold out Reggie's. It might have been sold out. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So.
A near sold out Reggie's in Chicago, right?
Yep.
Yeah, last Friday with Rolling Quartz.
Why the hell was I not there?
I don't know.
Good question, man.
Wait, last Friday, what was I doing the Friday before we recorded this? Because I was
crushing balls.
Yeah.
Crushing balls in the Amity Affliction pit. That was it. I went to see
that. There you go.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I mean, I had to go. If I wasn't gonna, go and see a show with you guys, I had to go and do exactly what you would want me to do and crush balls every step of the way. So I felt Bullet to the Heart in the heart on that one.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if you didn't. You know.
Yeah. But still, selling out just an acoustic set just for you guys, that is one hell of an accomplishment. So first off, congrats on that. How did that all turn out?
Dude, it was a lot of fun. Previous album shows, we've always like sold out Sub T or played House of Blues, done these like big iconic venues, and we wanted to do something different. And we decided to do an acoustic version of the EP live. Threw in some covers there for fun. We had food. We had a raffle where we auctioned off one of the bass guitars that were used in the videos. So, as a way to kind of raise money for tour and, soup up the van and do some kind of cool stuff,
Oh, wow. So you made it, instead of just, a show, an acoustic show to come through, you made it this whole entire event for people to not only come and see some great music, come and vibe to some great music, but really get this full immersive event to interact with the band, have some fun, enjoy some good food, possibly win a guitar. That is something that is really impressive, because I know a lot of bands, when they have their album release show or EP release show, they kind of do the same thing where you're going to play a hometown show, you're going to have some fun with it, but it's just the same stuff over and over again. It's you guys really made this piece of it incredibly special to draw so many people out, where this is an experience. It's not just another show, not just a special show. This is an experience you want to be a part of.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it was marketed as more of like a hangout session. Yeah. Like, we want to hang out with you. I mean, you're playing acoustic, you're more vulnerable. It's very, you can't really hide anything. And we wanted to play all the music, do something different, raise some money, hang out. We all got pretty lit, except Brian, I think.
Yeah, so I had to drive all these fucking drunk babies home. Not only that, I had to ring them up. They're just fucking falling over in their chairs. I'm like, Audrey, Draven, drink water. Audrey's like, no. And then I'm giving Draven water, but he's like, what's this, man? I'm like, drink water. He's like, what's wrong?
So, here's the thing, okay? As a rule, I think most of them say, I don't drink at shows that we're playing. I feel like this is a business. We should be professional. This is our show. We know we have a ride home. If there's a chance to drink, I'm gonna drink. And we drank. We really drank.
We drank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun though. We've been holding on to this music for a long time, and I wanted to party a little bit,
And that show showcased our coffee.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we had the coffee last time we talked.
I think we sold out of it. We have a new flavor of coffee, so that also debuted. That came with a ticket, actually.
Yeah, it was a very personal, unique experience that we wanted to have at that show, and I feel like we fulfilled that and exceeded that.
You seem like a very caffeinated person. So I thought I'd bring it up.
To be completely honest with you, I am not caffeinated in any sense of the word. I am just always as energetic as possible, ready to go. It's like, natural. If I drink caffeine, like especially if I drink coffee, when I used to work this other my first full-time job out of college, because they always had free coffee, and I'm like, well, it's Wisconsin, it's February, it's cold. A warm cup of coffee doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. It'd be 8 a.m. I'd drink it. By 10 a.m., my hands are literally shaking in jitters because it's just affecting me that much. So it's like, okay, maybe I don't need this, and I'm just energetic as possible. So I just roll with it. But I do remember the last time we did speak, you guys did talk about how you had a blend of coffee out, and now you got a new blend out there. You kind of made it a launch event for that blend as well. Adds into the whole entire event piece of it, so people get even more connected with it. But then that makes even more event where you guys are able to go out, have a blast, party, drink, just have so much fun, and then basically have Brian babysit you all the way home and refuse water because either you don't want to drink it or you think something is terribly, terribly wrong because what is this clear liquid in my hand?
This is a vodka.
Yeah, he's a good guy though. He's a good friend.
And then once we got home, they all wanted Taco Bell.
So he had to go get us Taco Bell.
Yeah, so I had to go get some Taco Bell, then drive my friend home who was offering his services bartending for the event. But we all made it home safe, and it was a good time.
I might as well tell the story while we're here. That was the night my car fucked all of us. My car that night, at like 4 a.m, we're all hungover. We're all trying to go to bed. We just played the whole big show.
I don't remember.
And my car alarm just starts going off. I had to get up, go open the door, turn it off, go back to bed, and then it goes off again.
Started playing music.
So it was a long day.
I'm an amazing singer. Let me play you the song of my people.
The car alarm song, but that does seem like it's maybe a little bit of a added catalyst to the added drinking of the night, because if your car fucked everybody over, well, gotta just roll with the punches and enjoy it. Even you're just gonna be sitting out there and you're gonna just be hanging out, having a blast, dancing around.
Get the backbeat going.
It's like a dubstep show, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it cuts out and you hear some like random little intricate in there, like what we have to fear is fear itself. Just when the drop happens, you gotta
It's a
have
rave in our driveway.
There's a lot of drops that people do in like live shows, especially where like they'll just play like the audio of like somebody like announcing that a U.S. president died.
Oh, okay.
So we have to announce, unfortunately, Ronald Reagan passed away this morning at 3 a.m.
So it was funny. I saw Vale and Maya live
Yeah.
the first time like years ago, and they had a bunch of Rick and Morty
Oh, nice.
call outs right before their breakdowns. I thought it was like the weirdest thing, but I was like 16 and loved it.
The best was Miss May I. We saw Miss May I together last summer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They opened their set with My Kind of Town by Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
What is happening?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny. I'll never remember this. Forget this too, or not? Nah, never forget this. This was last summer. It was here in Wisconsin. It was a one-off show where Mudvayne was headlining, and they had Starset opening from, and Starset was doing this full production set. And right before Starset goes on, the lights go down, and we're expecting Starset to come on, and the next thing you hear is Rick Astley.
Nice.
What a way to start out. We were moshing to Never Gonna Give You Up, and it was fantastic.
And that's the metal community.
Yeah.
That's the metal community. Either you're going to hear Frank Sinatra, you're going to hear Rick Astley, you're going to hear Monty Python, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. You're just going to have a blast with it in the most random way before you just hear someone come out, you ready to fucking go crazy? Let's go. Okay, I did that terribly because I can't do unclean vocals, but I tried.
Yeah. Stafford, that counts.
Yeah.
A for effort, F for execution. I'm just going to press F to pay my respects for myself on that one.
There you go.
So now that the brand new EP is out, again, you guys have 5 songs on there. One I have gone through extensively because we went through it extensively the last time you're on here with Black Widow, but how has the EP release been so far now that as we're recording this, we're about a month out from the initial release?
It's been great, actually. Our Spotify's never been bigger. We just hit 17,000 monthly listeners for the first time ever, so that's really cool. Revenant, the new music video, is almost at 100K as of right now. So we're, pumping up the numbers. Social media is up a little bit. Merch sales are up. So ready to take the show on the road,
Yeah.
Ready to take this show on the road. And I think that you guys definitely should, because you've seen what happened when you played the acoustic set, when you made the experience out of it. I feel like, especially taking from what the success was for that, of course, you're not going to be able to do that for every single show. That's like more of a one-off thing. But when you go and take out the show on the road, being able to create that connection point, be able to create it as bullet to the heart coming to you is an event. It's not just another show. It's stuff that draws more people in, and stuff that gets people to come out and really want to experience that. It's like going to see Guar. I mean, you're going to see Guar because it's an event. Think about Electric Callboy coming over to the United States in September. You want to go see that because you know it's going to be a wild party and an event. You're connected to that. So if you as the band are able to make you guys going places an event through the way you're able to connect with the fans, then you're going to get people just to come from all places that may never have heard your music because they want to see this live show, and then they get connected to the music after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what like Reggie's felt like for us, the show we just played. Mm-hmm. We did the big banner. We had new equipment, all new in-ears and new music. And we just tried a bunch of new stuff, and it went really well. And that kind of just solidified that that's what we want to take on the road now. So
yeah, if every show could be like that, like on any tours that we do, then I think we'll do all right. I think we'll do fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope you guys do too, because this is your 3rd time on the podcast, and every time I've had you on the podcast, the growth has just continued from the band from one step to the next. And it feels like at this point, especially with the brand new EP, you're at this point in time where that growth is going to be not just this consistent growth, but more of this exponential growth, seeing the increase you're having on social media, see the increase you're having on Spotify, seeing the increase you're having in the live performance sector. And the other aspect of that is, what else could happen after that? Who else could be watching, and what could you be doing with that to potentially go on the road and get connected to even more fans through more bands, maybe get some of these crazy opening spots, going on a tour that's, 4 or 5 weeks long. That's going to take you from all the way from Seattle to down to LA to play the Whiskey A Go-Go, through Texas, over into Florida to play the House of Blues in Orlando, all the way up to the Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts, and then all the way back to Chicago, back to Reggie's. We're all going to be like, we've been waiting for you again.
Yeah.
Woo!
No, and that's the plan, just like kind of dominate right now. We're in that kind of like state right now, We just want to get out there and kick ass.
So we can quit the ball crushing factory.
Yes.
Oh, God. I think
no more 72-hour shifts at the ball crushing factory with 6 trillion tons of force exerted on my balls.
Still trying to get up to that 6.9 trillion tons of force, for effect.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe once I get up there, then I can finally quit. Put the gauntlet down.
Either put the gauntlet down or get to the point in time where Bolts of the Heart can continue to go out and play live and really make a go of it consistently on that, where it's like you guys are going on, 2 to 3 nationwide tours a year with 3 different bands and just connecting with so many different people and so many different fans at each and every aspect. It's very possible, like something that could happen, especially after listening to the EP, seeing how everything flowed together and seeing some of the pieces that really came through there. There's a lot of elements within that EP itself that can connect with so many people, and not that, but work so well with so many other bands that are in the scene right now that are really thriving and pushing the boundaries of what could be done.
Yeah. Well, the problem is he says things so well. You're just like, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like just put your go all doctor. You're like, I concur.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me ask you this, with the success of the EP so far and hopefully the continued success of the EP, what's to come next for you guys, especially trying to get out on the road? Like, are we going to see you perform live potentially? Are people in California going to see you perform live? Are people in Massachusetts and New York going to see you perform live? Like, what's the deal going on here? Because I am curious, as a matter of fact, due to the fact that I have missed out on a number of shows from you guys because I've been going to other shows that I've had planned. It's like, damn it, I'm missing out on it. I missed out on the event, the EP release event. So I still got promises I got to keep to you guys. So I want to make sure I could keep those promises. So what's on the agenda next for Bullet to the Heart when it comes to continuing the success of this EP post its release?
Yeah, so the first one is in July. We're doing 2 dates with Gemini Syndrome, and then we're doing 2.5 weeks with Texas Hippie Coalition.
Ooh, okay. So let me ask, July. What are the dates that you're doing with Gemini Syndrome?
I think it's 9 and 11.
9 and 11.
Yeah, 9 and 11. It's Illinois and Indiana.
Oh man, no. Because I think I'm doing the 8th with them because they're with Throw the Fight and Lines of Loyalty, and I know the guys from Throw the Fight as well.
That's
So
at the back bar.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, are you guys added to that? I was getting so excited.
No, it's the other 2 because they're only doing 5 dates, and they're doing the Wisconsin date, which is already packed. We got the 2 by us, and then the other 2 are festival dates.
Yeah.
So we're doing 2 shows with them, and then we're going out with Texas Hippie. That starts in South Carolina. We're doing the whole East Coast, and then I think Michigan is like the one-off show. And then in August and September, we're going out with Yngwie Malmsteen. So that'll be interesting. Those are all big theater venues, like House of Blues, like we were talking, the Tobin Center in Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you guys get to manage to do that? And schedule that. I'm really curious about that, due to the fact that your music, especially more of that theater setting, to really create that theatrical vibe, especially on this EP, it massively fits.
So last year we signed a partnership deal with Pavement, and that's Pavement's doing.
That was as quick of an answer as you possibly could give it.
It's concise. I mean,
yeah. We originally booked Loudness through. We're going to go on tour with Loudness all of May, and they couldn't get their visas approved, so it canceled. So as like a sorry, they threw us on these 2 tours instead, and to try to get us out on the road. But they've been backing us up pretty well, and it's going pretty good.
We've done a few of those situations, sponsorships and stuff like that. And I think this is the one that's been the most successful for us. They've gotten us a lot of shows and tours and stuff like that on top of the promotion that we're doing out there.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Once again, it's you're working alongside people that not only are believing in you, but are actively showing an investment in you to get you these shows, to get you the support you need, and to get you the opportunities to connect with so many other people and continue to grow this thing, to continue to grow Bullet to the Heart, and continue to really connect on this more hard rock alt metal sound that has a lot of these theatrical pieces, a lot of these potential symphonic pieces behind it, to really create this grand epic feeling, especially that you hear when you go through all 5 songs on Death, Oddities, and Romance.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
I mean, I was just gonna say, like, Pavement so far it's been a really good experience with them. A lot of times if you book tours with whoever your contact is,
shady people.
A lot of times if shit falls through, it's like, well, get fucked, dumbass.
Yeah.
But
they were good to us.
Yeah, they didn't just leave us hanging. So I think we all really appreciate that, and
yeah, and like
moving forward with
like
them.
even like demograph wise, like our demograph is an older demograph, and I feel like they knew that, so they put us on with these bands that maybe don't match exactly in genre, but they match in the fan base. The people that we want to like basically take into our bloodline are part of those groups.
Now that makes a lot more sense too, and especially even thinking about just the style of music that you guys end up playing and the guys in the style that you end up working with, it makes a lot of sense that the demographic might skew a little bit older in terms of majority. Of course, there's a lot of newer fans out there, a lot of younger fans are going to be able to get into the style as well, but at the moment, the ones that are really going to get the most traction with right now is going to be the one that skew a little bit older. So getting connected with Texas Hippie Coalition, getting connected with a few shows for Gemini Syndrome, you're going to end up hitting on that demographic. And when it comes to music, it's people like all different kinds of music, especially if you're a rock and metal fan. You're not sticking to just one genre specifically, and then that's it. You're not just like, I only like metalcore and anything besides metalcore is bad, or I only like the big four thrash metal, and if it's anything else besides that, even if it's just Exodus, I'm not having it. No. People are going to connect with those sounds, especially as bands continue to experiment and continue to bring all these different elements in there. So when you hit on those sounds and emotions that people are connecting with, that you do with potentially a little bit of that older demographic, it's going to be something where bands that might be playing a little bit heavier, might be playing a little bit faster, might be playing a little bit lighter even, they're still going to have those same emotional connections to the fans that you are able to create, and that's why it's going to end up working, like when you go out with Gemini Syndrome, and I think especially when it goes out to coming out to Texas Hippie Coalition, because it's the style and the flow and the emotions you're going to hit are the same, but it's going to be how Texas Hippie Coalition does it and how you do it are two completely different things. So people are getting two different experiences right there all at the exact same time, but they're feeling the impact of it just as strong as they would, if it's a different band that they absolutely like.
Yeah, and I feel like the way we kind of comprise set lists, I feel like there's a little something for everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you like the heavier music, you're going to like the Black Widow. You're going to like the Fallen Away. If you don't like the metalcore kind of stuff, you're going to like the Locked Inside or the Death by the Sea or the Revenant. Like you're going to like something. And I feel like there's a little something for everybody in this set list.
Yeah, because even for myself as well, it was, of course, I'm going to end up liking Black Widow a little bit more because I like the heavier style. I like that drive. I like that power. I like that aggression. But then you listen to something more like Death by the Sea, and it has this completely different feel to it. I mean, right from the opening, it's that melodic guitar has a little bit of this like more downtrodden, grungy feel to it. But then what sounds like an electric violin over the top of it just to really create this more darker sea epic tale feel to the whole entire thing. It's something where I'm like, this is different than what I listen to normally, but it's that connection there that I'm getting with the emotion where I'm already invested in this song within the first 10 seconds of it. And it's not even a sound that I particularly am going to always go back to, but it's something when I first listen, I'm like, okay, now I'm into this. I'm invested in this. I want to know where the song's going to go. I want to know where this finishes, and I want to know how it's going to make me feel, because even if it's not something that, instinctively I'm drawn to, by the time I finish the song, that could be a song I'm adding to a certain playlist because of the emotion that song evokes.
It's funny. I wasn't sure how that song was going to go live. You play it twice, and it's crushed both times.
Yeah.
It really works live.
That's something I am not surprised in any bit of the slightest, because just the way that it flows and the way that especially with the type of show you guys are able to put on and the emotion, the flow of it has that grand feel where the presentation of it will absolutely crush if you're able to max out on that. And I mean, as you just said, played it twice, absolutely crush. It might be something where that's going to be a thing that's going to become commonplace at your shows, where people want to see that. People want to always have that played live because they want to feel that experience and the positivity that they get behind it.
Well, yeah, and it's something like that. It's more, like you stated, more theatrical. It has a lot of stuff in the backtrack, and I think vocally on the EP, for me, that's my strongest song. because it goes up and down, has that grungy feel, but then it has that like big like crescendo up to very high vocals. So it's a fun one to play live, honestly, and it was definitely my favorite. It's to date, it's probably the best song that I've written vocally. Honestly, I love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she used a dirty word there. She said backtrack. I didn't know if she was going to say it.
Would you believe we have 2 laptops on stage?
Whoa.
Oh my God, lock them up. Oh, no. When it comes to this podcast, backtrack is not a dirty word, so do not worry about that. But just to add on to that, when it comes to you taking, this might be your best vocal performance, it's something that I picked up on as well, especially when it came from a little bit more of the vocals. As you built up to that crescendo, it turned into something that had a little bit more of this symphonic feel to it. So when people listen to it, they're going to end up just picking up on the emotions they feel when they listen to Amy Lee of Evanescence or Sharon Den Adele from Within Temptation. It's that kind of emotion that they're going to pick up on. They're going to relate to it, and they're going to feel that power behind it, especially as that vocal crescendo hits. And it's something that was one of the other pieces that made that song as good as it is.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know how much that means to her.
You said Amy Lee.
Just going to go back and be like, well, looks like my days at the ball crushing factory are over. Just throw, Brian, you're still up.
Put in your 2 weeks. I got a compliment.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, okay, I'll compliment everyone, but maybe not Brian, just to make sure that the his factory job still remains.
He gets to
in
the
play.
6 point.
They want to push me to, that record,
And just also mooch off of the health insurance, because I hear the ball crushing factory gives out a pretty good policy.
They got PPO, so
I hope so.
As long as it's not an HMO plan where you're not going to have out of network coverage, because I hear those networks are very, very
it's just a scam, man. They don't pay for anything unless you're like dying. Like, okay, well, if it's $25,000, then we'll start giving you money. But you can get some tax-free money in a savings account.
When you gave us permission to go off topic, do you think we were talking about health insurance? Do you think that's where we were going today?
And ball crushing.
Yeah. Well, I think he expected that.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that either. But my full-time job is in health insurance, so this is like normal for me to go off. Normally, I'm going off topic from talking about health insurance to talking about music. It's usually not the other way around. So this is kind of freaking me out. It's like it's like Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Like, imagine a world.
Yeah.
A band and a podcaster go from talking about music to talking about insurance. This is not an ordinary podcast. This is the Twilight Zone. No.
Funny enough, I work on the other side of healthcare. I do IT for like hospitals and nursing homes and such.
Oh God, then we might be like connected in that realm.
Some way, yeah.
And then it all comes back full circle to music and the ball crushing factory. It's all how it happens.
So your companies give the hospitals money, then they give money to my employer, then they give money to me.
Yeah. And
then we put that into our band.
Yeah.
And then people buy our music.
Yeah.
Wait. So in a weird way, by me also having a full-time job in health insurance, through multiple different steps of supporting Bullet to the Heart, achieve what they need to achieve and grow how they need to grow. Well, shit. Now when I say I'm trying to do my best to support as many bands as possible.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I'm doing it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But if you want to directly support, you could buy our merchandise. No?
Or subscribe to our Patreon.
Yes.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to support the band as well, outside of, just being in health insurance. There's plenty of ways to do it. And one thing I can say from a previous conversation, I literally had an hour before we recorded this, one of the best ways to do that is if you can't spend the money, subscribe to their social media accounts, comment on their posts, like their posts, because they can use that data and they can take that and figure out where we want to play. And if you're going to talk about it enough and you're going to use that word of mouth, power to get more people into Bullet to the Heart, who knows? They could be playing a sold out show near you. It's very possible. Just get more people into it. Just talk about it. Just talk about it, man.
Yeah, no, and that stuff helps. And we have some people that like they complain like, hey, how come you don't play my state? And it's like, I only know one person in that state, but the states that are rallying around this project, like that's where we're going to tour. That's where we're going to, play shows and travel. I mean, this stuff's hard,
Yeah.
Yeah, so of course, you guys are from Chicago, so playing it almost like a sold-out show at Reggie's, it's like, yeah, no, that makes sense. But if you want Bullets of the Heart to like come out to, Connecticut, or you want them to come out to the middle of Virginia, yeah, start talking about them, start posting about them, start creating that demand for them.
Yeah, call the radio station, call your mom, your pa, your rabbi, your preacher,
Yeah, I'll meet somebody's mom. I don't care.
Call your mom, call your wives, and call your girlfriends so you can help out Bullets of the Heart.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I just thought of a great way to promote this episode just off of that. Oh boy, I get to use a YouTube clip from 13 years ago. Yes!
Hey, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yes.
I wouldn't want it any other way either. I know we're coming down to that point of concluding this episode. So, of course, friends, as we bring this podcast to its conclusion, one thing I'd like to do is give my guests, which is all four of you in this instance, a chance to say whatever you want to say, plug what you're going to plug, promote what you're going to promote at the end of the podcast. So, my friends and Bolts of the Heart, the floor is yours.
There you go.
Why did you all look at me?
Because
You're the singer.
You're
Oh,
the
God.
you're the front person.
Oh no. Okay, let me do my
Where can they find us and support us and blah blah blah?
Okay, so anywhere you can search Bullets of the Heart, you will find us. Our social medias are literally attached to each other. So if you go to YouTube, you'll find the link tree, which takes you to Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Big Cartel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can find us literally anywhere. Like we've stated before, sharing the post, commenting, generating traffic. But if you go to our Big Cartel, we have a ton of merch, ton of shirts, ton of laser engraved stuff. I also make candles. So if you want a custom made candle made by Juan with love, you can get that. And catch us out on the Texas Hippie Tour.
We also have a Patreon where you can get exclusive content, with whatever budget, you have. We have a lot of cool stuff there.
What's included in Patreon, Brian?
So $3 a month, you get, exclusive posts. You get kind of like the insides of like what we're doing. $7 a month tier, you get all of that, but also we have a cooking show that's on there.
Skillet to the Heart.
The magical super uber elite bloodline member $20 tier, you get a monthly cover where we record and produce a song, and sometimes we'll take suggestions from the people on the Patreon, but that's always fun. But all that's exclusive on Patreon. And go
Yeah. Disclaimer: when you watch Skillet to the Heart, I do not cook, so don't look for it.
I do.
Yeah, we don't take
do.
kindly to gender norms in this household.
Yeah. I'll cook shirtless if you want. Just ask.
Ooh, that's the $20 tier.
Yeah.
We'll make an exclusive $50 tier for that episode.
Topless Skillet to the Heart episodes.
The $100 tier will have like a boudoir like calendar.
Ah,
Just us three.
It's just the
Yeah,
guys.
just the guys.
It's just the men.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Just see Brian Bourgeois photo, all ready to go, ready to be crushed in the balls.
I'm hiding like my nipples with our CDs.
But only the nipples.
Yeah.
The hydraulic press is literally coming down.
Yeah.
And now the bullet to the heart banana hammock.
Yeah.
See, it says BTTH and then it stretches out to Bullet to the Heart.
Yeah.
All right, now that is definitely part of the Patreon $100 exclusive. That includes the shirtless cooking show, along with the Bullets of the Heart cover of Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, the Bourgeois calendar, and the banana hammock that when you stretch it out, it goes from BTTH to Bullet to the Heart. That's a piece of merch you're going to want to get your hands on.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusively beautiful. Oh, yeah. So now it's time for me in this podcast with three very specific things. First things first, when it comes to supporting Bullets of the Heart, finding them online and connecting with them and making sure that they continue to grow, finding their music, everything about that. They told you where to find it, but I'm going to make it even easier. Go to the description of the podcast. Once again, everybody, see where it says Find Bullets of the Heart online. Links and labels for everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the Patreon program, YouTube, Big Cartel, their website, Spotify, Apple Music. Everything's going to be down there so you can follow along with them, support them, help them grow, and help them come to a city near you. And maybe even get yourself a Bullets of the Heart Bourgeois calendar. Ooh, yeah. Now it is time for number 2, and I've had you on the podcast twice. I made promises to you that when I'd see you perform live, first round's on me. I owe you guys 2 rounds at this point. And at this point, it is 3, and I feel like I it's overdue. I need to make it different. So it's not going to be just 1 round. It's not going to be 2 rounds. I'm just going to show up with a full case of beer. How about that?
There we
Just
go.
be like,
There you
sure.
go.
We'll have to carry them home again.
yeah, but we're just going to carry. Well, I might be involved in that too. And it's like, Kevin, drink some water. We will never drink because drink is for the weak. And I'm just starting to scream that out. And I'm probably going to blow out my voice like Ollie Sykes did. But you know what? It might be worth it at this point.
What a reference. But you'll have Brian to take care of you. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I'll be the dad that picks you up from the bar at 3 a.m. because you lost your car keys.
Yeah.
And he told you to call you in this situation, so he can't be mad.
It's like, what happened? I can't get my car alarm to turn off, man. It just won't go.
Yeah,
It'll
we'll
happen.
have to come near you soon, though. We'll have to make that happen.
I mean, we're in Wisconsin a lot.
Yeah, so I'll say it, next time you guys are coming to Wisconsin, just send me a message to make sure that I see it, because if there's a chance I can go see the show, make sure, because I'll be like, okay, I am in, I am there, I am coming with beer. And if you hear either a car alarm coming down the road, it's like, who the hell is that? Or if you hear someone blasting a whole bunch of Beartooth down the road because I'm just feeling the positivity, it's like, who the hell would be doing something like free beer?
Yeah.
Yay!
It's the free beer alarm.
Yeah.
It's the free beer alarm or the free beer Caleb Shomo screams. I mean, either one of the two.
Oh my god.
What a reference.
It'll possibly happen. Well, as we bring this to its conclusion, I cannot end this by saying goodbye because I've had you on the podcast 3 times. A 4th is definitely going to happen, and I still have to make good on those promises and see you perform live. So, is this goodbye, my friends? Hell no. This is I'll see you later.
Sweet.
Well, folks, this is my interview with the Bullet to the Heart family. This was Audrey, Draven, Brian, and Tom, and now it is time for Kevin's final thought. When the band had brought up the fact that they released their EP and their big EP release show was an acoustic set, my first thought was, that doesn't seem like it's normal. I wonder why they did that. And they sold it out, and I said, okay, hold your horses. Hold it up. So you sold out an acoustic show. That was your EP release show. How did that all work? That's where my mind was going. And when they explained it, where they made it an event, they made it something for people to come out to really connect with the band and feel like they're more a part of that experience, create that experience with it. I thought about that and I was like, man, when bands that are playing live can create that experience that really draws people in, those are the bands that are the ones that are absolutely successful. Take a look at bands that are either really growing right now, really hot in the scene, or the legacy acts. They're the ones that have created that sort of interaction with their fans. Slipknot fans, the experience that the Slipknot has created, the craziness behind the shows, the energy behind them, you don't want to miss out. The showmanship and the power that Shinedown brings. People want to go and see that. The crazy, wacky, waving, inflatable, arm-flailing 2-man energy of Jacoby Shax and Papa Roach, and the positivity they bring. You're not going to want to miss out on that as well. The experience and the event that Electric Callboy puts on, the event and the style of Gwar. It's all event-based because they create something that fans want to be a part of and fans want to connect with. And Bullets of the Heart doing that with that acoustic set makes a lot of sense. Now you're able to do those shows that Bullets of the Heart did, those special shows like that all the time? No, you're not going to be able to do it. But can you find a way to create that sort of connection with the fans and create a way where your live show is such a strong piece that people want to come out and see it, where it is an event for people to come out and see, whether it is the grandest show of them all or whether it's a show where you're just going to be able to get out there and connect with them personally. Yes, people are going to want to come and be a part of that, so you're going to want to maximize out on that. It's a great thing to do, and I love seeing what Bolts of the Heart has done for it because it is causing them to grow, and I love the trajectory of it. So keep on growing, guys. Absolutely what you're doing. And please make sure you support them and continue to support their growth. So make sure you go to the description of the podcast, follow them on all their social media platforms, subscribe to them on YouTube, get a shirt, support them on streaming platforms by streaming their music. All those streams, all those purchases of t-shirts, all those purchases of tickets going to shows, all of those likes on social media, those follows, everything about that. It's all positive karma and positive votes for the band to continue to help them grow, continue to help them get on shows, continue to help them get to be even bigger. which if you're a fan, that's what you want to do. So go make sure you do that. Also, do the same thing with us at the Chord Progression Podcast. Go to the description. We have all our stuff there. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram because we put a lot of content out there. And you want to connect with us and connect with myself, just send me a message on there. I'll answer it. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been the most punctual with some of those things, but if you're going to get an answer from someone on that, it's going to be me. On top of that, make sure you are subscribing to the podcast here on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button. YouTube's our most prominent thing. Also, make sure you hit that like button to make sure that they continue on with the algorithm. Make sure that more people get to know about the podcast that you support, the podcast that you love. I want to thank you for all that as well. Make sure you do the same thing on Spotify Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. All links to those descriptions of the podcast. Also want to thank Phoenix Fitness for supporting this podcast. Remember, 20% through code CP20 at FNX.com. Link description of the podcast. Thank you, friends, and bolts to the heart. Next time I see you, it won't be on camera, I hope. It will be live, and I'll have a case of beer waiting for you guys. So on that note, that's what you guys think for us listening to the Chord Progression Podcast. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single one of those episodes with a big, healthy, and hearty see ya! Yeah!